The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-rhymed them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing good. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. We are up. We're at it. We're doing our thing this morning. Boy, oh boy, what a hell of a market we're in, man. I'll tell you, man, it's just crazy, man. So yeah, what a hell of a market. That's all I can say. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about where we're at. We're going to talk about where we're going. From my point of view, where we're headed, where we're going, why we are where we are, and all that good stuff that goes along with it, man. But what a freaking market, man. Holy cow. Since Sunday, this thing has just been on an absolute downturn, actually. But we will see where we think we're going to head. I don't believe that we're in for any like major disaster or anything like that. So I think this is pretty normal from what I can tell. We'll look at it and I'll explain to you guys why I think that this is pretty normal. This is pretty par for the course, and it's not the end of the world. People are out here going crazy about what's going on, and just losing their mind. But it's pretty normal, and we'll go through it. We'll go through why. But it's Wednesday morning, man, baby. So we're up. We're at it. I'm getting into the chat. What's up, Junior? How are you, my brother? Yes, smash that like button, y'all, and hit that share button as well. And if you're over here on YouTube, hit the like, hit the share. If you're over there on X, hit that heart button, hit that share button. If you're on TikTok, keep smashing the like buttons, because TikTok likes it when we just keep hitting a like, just keep tapping the screen. So yeah, here we are. Ken, good morning, good early afternoon to you over there in the EU. Appreciate you, brother. How are you? I didn't stream on Monday. I was a little sick, man. I had to go get something to help me knock this out of me. But we're here today, and that's what matters. My man Selmo, good morning. How are you, my brother? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. Man, Selmo's in the building. Selmo. So yeah, we got a couple of things we're gonna go over today. We're even gonna go over Aster. I'm gonna show you what that platform looks like, and kind of how to use it a little bit. So we'll go over that a little bit. I like the platform. I think it's pretty good. So we'll go over Aster, and then we'll talk about the project in general, and just see what's going on. Good morning, Glenn. How are you, my brother? How are you, Glenn? Hope you're doing well as well. So yeah, we are definitely up at it. Gonna go over this market. Like I said, smash the like button, smash the share button, y'all, and then if you're over there on TikTok, keep tapping the screen and keep hitting the like button, because TikTok likes that. So those Browns won. Yeah, those Browns won. Browns did their thing, man. So we like it. The Brownies did it. So we'll see where this market goes to. But we're gonna get into this market a little bit today. You guys got me for an hour. Like I said, I was sick on Monday, so I didn't get a chance to get at you guys. So missed you guys. So we're back up and at it this morning, and doing what we do. So The Asian markets, they didn't trade too well last night, y'all. They didn't trade too well. Scottish, my man, Scottish. What is up, man? Scottish, we're chatting a little bit last night. Definitely Scottish is on his game, 10 toes down. So, stay on it, Scottish. We're on it, man. But yeah, Asian markets didn't trade too well last night. So we'll see. We'll see. They're done. The European markets are over there dumping right now. Everything's in red. The European markets are just straight dumping. And the United States pre-markets over here look good. They got absolutely torched yesterday. The stock market just got freaking tortured. I mean, it was rough. It was rough over there in the stock market yesterday. Some sectors took off. Obviously AI sectors, tech sectors, stuff like that. I don't want to say they took off, but they did pretty well, right? And then the rest of the markets, man, they just couldn't hold on, man. I don't know what else to say. They just couldn't hold on. But we got a lot going on. You see the S&P 500 futures rise after a losing session on Wall Street. Yeah, so the pre-markets they're definitely up right now, which is good for crypto. When the pre-markets are up over here, they're good for crypto. My man Jerome Powell came out yesterday, gave a little speech, and didn't do the markets any types of favors at all. So he didn't basically bake in any rate cuts and to say you were going to cut rates or anything like that. He basically was like, yeah, we'll go data dependent, and stock market looks good. So, I mean, you can see here, Fed Chair Jerome Powell, says stock market looks strong, which it does. I can't argue with him about that. Stock market actually looks pretty damn good after a 25 basis point rate cut that he said, looks good. We'll see what the jobs report comes in at, and we'll see what the unemployment rate and stuff comes in at, because all that's going to play a role. But he's not saying that we're going to actually continue to get rate cuts. So that kind of tanked the market. So the market was already down, and that didn't help it, right? So that damn sure didn't help it. NVIDIA closed at 178. NVIDIA, big partnership with OpenAI. So, NVIDIA is going to move. OpenAI, they need to go public. Gemini got smashed down to $24. Definitely lost a couple of dollars there. But here's the deal. The speech was given yesterday at the UN. Was anything less than inspiring, and also the United States is looking at possibly bailing out Argentina. Argentina's in a financial crisis over there. The United States is looking at possibly stepping in, and that's not a good situation for Argentina, and definitely not a good situation for the United States. That just means that turning the money printers back on, so it could be good for the markets, but we'll see if they decide to go down that road, what that looks like. But the debt's gonna play a factor in that, right? So pay attention to what's going on over there. It's interesting. Getting into the cryptocurrency market, we see 39. The fear and greed index is sitting at 39. Yo, we're back in fear, right? So what do we do? What do we do as investors, right? We buy in fear and we sell in greed. So we're excuse me. Told you guys I'm just getting over this nasty cold. So we're back in fear, sitting at 39. You got the altcoin season sitting at 71 out of 100. When we streamed on Friday, it was 77 out of 100. So we dropped 6 points down here, back to 71 out of 100. And the market cap fell below 4 trillion. It's 3.9 trillion. We said 4 trillion was that key mark that it had to stay at. It's sitting at 4 trillion right now, which is not good for crypto, right? We needed that 4 trillion. We needed that to stick. We needed that to stay. And right now it is not sticking, and it is not staying. And we'll see if we can regain that $4 trillion market cap today. As the stock market opens, ETF inflows start to come in, all that stuff starts to happen. But we definitely need this 4 trillion to stick and come back up here, grab this 4 trillion and make it stick. Definitely need that to happen. So we'll see. We'll see where we head today. The ETF inflows, outflows were a negative $244 million yesterday. So the ETFs as a whole, Bitcoin and Ethereum, did not have a good day. You can see the outflows right here. They were pretty much standard for Bitcoin to the Ethereum ratio. Were pretty much standard, but definitely 2 straight days of outflows in the market. 2 straight days of nothing but outflows of the ETF market. So definitely not the best days for ETFs. And we see the Bitcoin dominance sitting at 57.7% right now, which is way up from where we were on Friday. On Friday, the Bitcoin dominance was sitting somewhere around 56%. Now we move back up to 57.7%. And the Ethereum dominance came below 13.5, back down to 12.9%. The Ethereum dominance continues to drop lower, and we can't have a full-fledged altcoin season until the Ethereum dominance starts to tick way back up, guys. That's just kind of the facts and how it is. We need that Ethereum dominance to come up. We need that Ethereum dominance to really start to gain some ground here, and its Bitcoin dominance to start to fall. I say 55 is the mark for Bitcoin dominance for us to really have a true altcoin season. And we're only at 57. We're at 57.7 and continuing to move in the wrong direction. When that thing continues to move up, and we need it to move down. And we got the longs and shorts liquidation level sitting at 1.02 trillion right now. This is where that manipulation starts to step in, guys. Right here, when you get above this $1 trillion mark, these market makers and this manipulation really starts to step in. So we shall see where this manipulation goes, but definitely with 1.02 trillion in longs and shorts out there to be liquidated, it will happen. It'll happen, and it's not going to be good when it does, because this market's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to liquidate, it's going to come up, it's going to go down, it's going to come up, it's going to come in until these people are liquidated. It is what it is, and people are out here just being reckless. They're just being reckless. You see some Bitcoin longs right now sitting at like 50x leverage, 75x leverage, that are just waiting to be liquidated, and they're just being reckless. This is just reckless behavior, and they will get liquidated, and that's kind of how the market flows. And they're just being reckless out here. So keep smashing that like button over there on TikTok, guys. On YouTube, keep hitting that like, hit that like button, hit that share button. And on TikTok, keep smashing that, keep tapping that screen, and get this thing up in the For You page. And on X, make sure you're tapping that like button, tapping that share button. But yeah, guys, this is this market right now. We'll see. All technicals say that we should be starting to slow move back up to the upside. So we'll see. We do have the bubbles over here, which are showing some move to the upside here on the daily. Aster is absolutely killing it, up 40.3%. This project right here is absolutely just came out of the box, just absolutely swinging. And we will get into this a little bit later on in the stream. I'll show you what the platform looks like, and show you guys kind of how to long and short the situation over there. But yeah, this project has absolutely come out of the box swinging, and has really moved BNB's price as well. IMX is another project that's up right now, 11.9%. We talked about IMX, and we've been talking about IMX gaming project. I don't think that gaming is going to be the number one driver of this bull market, but IMX absolutely got decimated during Dirty Gary's tenure with the letter that was sent to them, saying that they were going to be investigated. and this thing absolutely took a hit. And I kept telling you guys, buy low here, buy low. This thing's gonna come back, and it's coming back. It's definitely sitting right now at 75 cents. We were talking about this thing at 50 cents. Definitely made a move up to 80 cents at one point last week when the market was booming. So I like where IMX is right now. I think IMX is going to do pretty well. We've been talking about it for a while here. You know, a lot of people on other channels didn't want to talk about it, but we're talking about it right now. What's up, Timsky? How are you, my brother? How are you? Yeah, DGs are in the building. What's up, Timsky? But yeah, we're definitely talking about it, and we've been talking about IMX. I've been telling you guys about IMX. So the market itself on a daily doesn't look bad at all. When you look at it, it looks like it's starting to recover a little bit. Quant, we always talk about quant underneath $100. It's in at $97 right now. Definitely if you're going to play the long game on quant and you want to put a long in on quant at this point, quant looks good right now for that with low leverage. Use low leverage on it. I would say nothing above a 10x. Nothing above a 10x on quant right now. But yeah, anytime it's under 100, you know, that's usually when I'm trying to tell people, you know, it's a good time to jump in to quant under 100. Anything above 100, you kind of want to back off a little bit. SPX 6900 absolutely got wrecked. Got wrecked over the past couple of days, but you can see it's holding. Now it's holding strong right around this $7 mark right here, $7, $6. Again, looks like a good entry point on SPX 6900. Pudgy Penguin as well, sitting at 3 cents right now. I like Pudgy Penguin. Got down to about 2.8, 2.7 yesterday, somewhere up in there. So definitely looks good here at 3. If you want to add to your bag, or if you're looking to play this on the long and short market, definitely again, low leverage. Everything's low leverage right now because we don't know where the market's going. So everything should be low leverage. Don't be out here putting in 20, 30, 40 X's on these projects right now with leverage, because you will get wrecked. We just went over this. There's $1.2 trillion in longs and shorts out here that the market makers are getting ready to try to liquidate, right? So the last thing you want to do is start to jump into these things with high leverage, because you'll be one of them statistics sitting out there is what you'll be. You'll be a statistic of somebody who absolutely got freaking demolished out here. So, you know, low leverage is the way to go. And if I'm putting any leverage trades in right now, I'm not going above a 10x. A lot of them are 5x's. So just to see, just until we can see where this market goes, right? You got Bitcoin sitting at 113,000 right now, 113, which is up. Yesterday we were touching 111. All right, 111. So definitely up from where it was there. So we're definitely, like I said, we're definitely look like we're coming up a little bit this morning. The market wants to move a little bit. So this is kind of what we want to see. But I encourage you guys to hold on. Cheese, what's going on? Good morning, my brother. Good morning. Good morning to everybody over there on TikTok as well. Funneling in. I can see you guys all joining. And like to see you guys over there joining. And go ahead and keep smashing that like button. Keep smashing that screen. Keep smashing that like button. You gotta love you guys over there on TikTok as well. So Cheese, what's up, man? What's up? What's going on, my brother? Solana got crushed. 212. But with Solana, what you guys got to understand is there was a whale who moved over 300 and something thousand Solana to Coinbase, from DeFi to Coinbase. So that doesn't bode well. You don't move your crypto from DeFi to the exchange for it to sit there. You know what I mean? So, that spooked the market when it came to Solana. Definitely spooked the market when it came to Solana when that move happened. whale wallet, moving that much Solana, to the DeFi sector, to Coinbase, moved it to Coinbase. When you move that much Solana to Coinbase, it's definitely going to spook the market for your particular project, right? So, that's what happened with Solana. Solana looks like it wants to recover, though, 212. I'm not worried about Solana. A lot of people are saying, well, Solana's underperforming the comeback right now. I heard it this morning. You got BNB sitting at, $1,019 right now. Solana's not performing as well. They're scared. But what I'm saying, I'm not worried about Solana at all. Solana is going through a major upgrade when it comes to its blockchain. It's got meme coin volume over there, and it has some utilities that they're starting to roll out when it comes to real world tokenized assets and different types of utilities. So the last thing I'm worried about is Solana, but BNB actually is making a monster move. Up above $1,000, monster move, and a lot of BNB's volume right now is coming right here from Aster, right? You start to see that volume start to come in from Aster right now. That is really moving the BNB price, and you see the Hydro Liquid, who it's competing with right now, it lost a lot of value right here. So this thing was at $55 on Friday when we were streaming, sitting at $44, right? So roughly about $11 loss, somewhere like that, somewhere up in there, right? Call it what you want. Split hairs, 10, 11, 12, call it what you want, but roughly around between $10 and $11, right? But there's a difference between Aster and Hydro Liquid, right? And I think it's important for people to understand what the difference is between the two. Hydro Liquid is its own layer one, right? So it's sitting on its own layer one blockchain, right? And so this token has really high value because it's its own layer one. It's no different than Ethereum. It's no different than, BNB. It's the native token to that blockchain, right? And Aster is sitting on top of BNB, right? So it's not its own layer one. It literally is sitting on top of BNB, right? So that's the big difference between the two. Not to say that one's any better or different than the other, but there is a difference between the token value itself, right? So there's a huge use case there for Hydro Liquid because it's sitting on its own layer one. Aster's token value, the use case for its token is still being developed, right? Right now, the use case for its token is really all about lower trading fees at this point, possible airdrops, things like that. So, when you look at it, there's different use cases for their tokens, right? So yes, both projects do the same thing, but the value of the token is very, very different, right? So you got to understand that. So, but yeah, Hydro Liquid, again, great entry point for Hydro Liquid, but BNB is definitely the winner here. BNB is the star of the show right now when it comes to the top, the top 10. BNB is definitely the star of the show. And last month Kronos was the star of the show. You've seen Crow go on a massive move last month, and it definitely started to heat up and bring people a lot of gains, right? But right now, the star of the show is definitely BNB, and BNB cracked that $1,000 mark, cracked new all-time highs, and just has continued to perform since then. At least hold on better than the rest. XRP, I don't know what to say about XRP, guys. XRP is just it's doing its best to hang on. It really is. XRP is doing its best to hang on. Sitting here at $2.88 right now. Man, I don't know. When we look at this thing, I mean, the ETF is out there, right? Everybody would say, wow, the ETF's out. And here we are, right? Yes, we're in a down market. And the market has pulled back. So has an XRP. But You know, I mean, when you look at this thing, we got to start being real about what the situation is, right? So the big catalyst for XRP right now is going to be November 20th, 22nd, when ISOs roll out somewhere up in there. We'll see what happens with a lot of these ISO tokens when November rolls around, November 20th, 22nd. I'm telling you guys, from my perspective right now, I don't see everybody's expecting one date to run uh, all of the ISO tokens, that they're all just going to run up on November 20th, 22nd, or whatever. I forget exactly what the date is. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a slow grind, right? I think it's going to be a slow rollout. It's going to be a slow movement. Understand that the majority of the institutions that are going to use these ISOs, they've already accumulated what a large stockpile of these cryptos. They've already accumulated them. They already have them. They're already sitting on them in their wallets, right? So the fact that people are thinking, oh my God, this is going to happen on one day, it's just not gonna. It's gonna be a slow grind. It's gonna be a slow grind. It's gonna be a slow move. So, in my opinion, that's just my opinion. We'll see. It could absolutely explode on that day, and then we're all sitting here and we're all clapping and having a good time and whatever. I'm in it for the ride, guys. I'm in it for the long haul. So, if it takes till the first quarter of 2026 for all of this stuff to come together, I'm here for it. If it comes together, all comes together in November, I'm here for that too. So we're gonna roll with whatever we got coming. Cardano again, 82 cents. So down 6% on the week. Cardano's struggling right now. Chainlink sitting at $21.83 again. Took a big step backwards, right? Took a huge step backwards. Chainlink did. It was sitting at $24. I think that this is an absolute phenomenal entry point for Chainlink at $21.83. They just linked up with a bank. I forget what bank it was. To bring the bank on chain. Chainlink brings all of these blockchains together. Like, they're not competing with XRP. They're not competing with XLM. They're not competing with Ethereum. They're not competing with anybody. Their job is to make all of these blockchains talk to each other. So there is no competition, right? Everybody wants to pit one blockchain against the other. There is really no competition. Everybody holds their own piece of the pie, and Chainlink's piece of the pie is to bring all of the blockchains together, public and private, right? So when we get into public blockchains like JP Morgan and all them, it's to be able to take that particular money and move it over to maybe a private blockchain like Ethereum or BNB or XRP, and make it flow, right? So everybody's got their own space, and that's what Chainlink does. Avalanche sitting at 34.32. Another star of the week is Avalanche. Another one that we've been talking about here on this channel for a long time, and Avalanche is one of these projects. We've been sitting here saying this for a while now. It's underperformed the market when the market first started to take off, and I kept telling you guys there's going to be a catch-up trade for Avalanche. Avalanche isn't going to just sit idle and allow everybody to pass it by, and then all of a sudden Avalanche becomes irrelevant. There will be a catch-up trade for Avalanche, and here it is, right? It's been happening for the last week or two. And Avalanche sitting here where it is. I mean, we've been talking about it to $17, but just a couple weeks ago, it was at $22, $23. Now here it sits at $34, and everybody still don't believe. Avalanche has got a huge real world tokenized asset management platform that they're rolling out. Plus, it's got a huge gaming platform. Again, do I think gaming is going to take off? No, but the volume over there for gaming, the people that do believe in gaming, is going to drive this particular project. So isn't the real world tokenized assets, and you put them two together, and then all of a sudden you have a mover, right? So Avalanche is far from sitting idle here, and here it sits, $34. And as we are talking about it way back just a couple weeks ago, sitting at $20-something, and here it is. SUI sitting at $3.39 right now. Actually didn't have a terrible run, right? This thing got up to around 370 and started to really pull back with the rest of the market. So SUI, is starting to gain some TVL over there, total value locked. It's really starting to move up, starting to gain some volume. So definitely starting to move up as well. I do like SUI's entry here anywhere around $3.30. I like their entry. If you're going to hold it, it's going to make a run. If you're going to trade it, if you're going to trade SUI, you get in right around 335, somewhere up in there, and you ride that thing up to right around $4, $4.50, somewhere up in there. You get out, you rinse and repeat, right? That's just kind of how you roll with SUI right now. But SUI will make a run at this thing. First bull run, first bull run for SUI. So we don't really know what to expect and where it's going to go. But I do think it's going to make a monster move here. Definitely gonna, I think, gonna turn some heads, and we'll see what it does in its first bull run. But I'm here for it. I do both. I own it and I trade it. So Stellar sitting at 37 cents. Oh boy, just holding on, trading sideways. Stellar. I like Stellar. I really like Stellar in this run. I think Stellar is going to make a move here that not a lot of people are expecting. I think from a percent gain standpoint, if you had to match up XRP and Stellar and where you were probably going to make the most money, I hold XRP, I hold Stellar, so I say this holding them both. I think you're probably going to get a better return on investment in Stellar than you are in XRP. Just pure market cap, right? Pure market cap and math, right? It is what it is. Opinion on Mr. Miggles. Opinion on Mr. Miggles. Don, I've said this a million times on this channel, and I'll continue to say it. I do believe that Miggles probably will be the number one meme coin on base when it's all said and done. I think it'll pass Brett. It'll pass Brett. It'll pass, I think it'll be the number one meme coin on base. Just because the contract's clean. Brett has some issues with his contract, some issues with his holders. The holder count on who's holding what, which is one of the reasons why you don't see it on Coinbase right now. Miggles, their contract's clean. It kind of goes along with Coinbase, kind of what their mascot is, kind of. And I like Miggles. I like Miggles where it is. But I think Miggles will make that run. They'll probably be the number one meme coin on base. And there's another one out there called CD Panda, which is a very low market cap right now. But if you look at CD Panda right now, it is the Coinbase developers mascot. And the Coinbase developers continually post about CD Panda. And it's one of these other ones that I think Coinbase will grab a hold of because it really is the developers token. And the developers continually post about it. So, obviously there's something there, right? Where are we at on the hour? Here? Well, it looks like we're filling in pretty green here on the hour as well. So it looks like we're moving into a pretty decent morning here, right? We're moving into a pretty decent morning. We're moving into a pretty decent day. Airdrome Finance, you guys know I'm huge on Airdrome. I think Aerodrome Finance is probably going to be one of these ones that sneak up on everybody, sitting at $1.11 right now. You're going to probably sneak up on everybody and be like, everybody. A lot of people are going to be like, yo, where the hell is Aerodrome? Where did it come from? And why is this thing at $10 right now, right? Well, it's simple. It holds 75% of base's liquidity inside of Aerodrome right now, and we know that Coinbase is coming out with its own token for the base chain. I think that that's actually going to help Aerodrome's price move even higher, right? But yeah, it holds about 75% of the liquidity right now, so we'll see. But I think Aerodrome's a sleeper here. It's a sleeper that nobody's really talking about. I mean, some people are talking about it, but what they don't talk about when they talk about it is the fact that it'll hold 75%, 75 to 80% of the liquidity on base. So that's like one project holding 75 to 80% of all the Ethereum liquidity. What do you think is going to happen to that particular project? It's going to go freaking apeshit crazy, right? And that's kind of where I see Aerodrome. Like where it is. Price pulled back a little bit with the rest of the market, so I mean, you take your chance on it, right? Like you get in now. I think it's a good price. Sitting at $1.11, I think it's going to go to 10. I think it's got a $10 mark on it all day, every day, and that's easy. And I think that that's an easy call for me. So price looks good right now. So bear market, bull market, guys. We're definitely still in a bull market, right? We're definitely still in a bull market. I think I do believe that. So I do believe, and why I'm telling you guys that is because we had an event, right? We had an event that was for, we had rate cuts. We had a rate cut event. Everybody knew that the rate cuts were coming. So everybody knew that the market was going to go up, and it was such of a long time for it to happen. Welcome back, Daniel. Yeah, thank you, Heat, man. Yeah, I was a little under the weather on Monday, man. It was rough. Sunday, Monday was a little rough, but yo, we back now, right? Right. So we're back up at it. There's no crying in crypto. So we are definitely back. There's no crying in crypto, baby. So yeah, I mean, I like kind of where we're at right now. As far as big stories go, there's really not a lot of big stories out here in crypto. Aster obviously is a huge story that's going on right now. You got the Bitcoin ETFs with the negative outflows that are just absolutely just killing the price right now. And we'll see if we can flip that around today, right? And see if we can flip that around today. Everybody's giving an XRP price prediction out here on every news outlet. Look, here's the bottom line. There is no price prediction for these ISO tokens. And I've said this for a long time. There is no price prediction because we're moving into territory that's never been moved into before. All right. We don't know what's going to happen in November when they flip the switch for ISO to come online. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how the market's going to react. You don't know exactly the implementation strategy of how all these things are going to be used, or what's going to be used, or how it's all gonna come together. So people are giving all these price predictions, and you can't give a price prediction on that because you don't know. Yo, Junior, have a good day, brother. You don't know. So we can speculate. But it's at the end of it all, that's what we're doing. Is we're just speculating because you don't know. Oh man, you've been coughing for over 2 weeks, Heat. Man, I know people are telling me that, and then all of a sudden I get it, and I'm like, damn, man, I ain't trying to go through that for 2 weeks, man. I gotta stream, I gotta do all the rest of this stuff, man. It's just I ain't trying to do all that. But if we have to, we will. You know what I mean? World Liberty Finance. I see somebody posted about that over here on TikTok. World Liberty's stuck right now. They're stuck between 19 cents and 22 cents. The problem with World Liberty Finance at this point right now is just the fact that there was so much angel investment going on in World Liberty right now that you get around this 22-cent level, and that seems to be the level where everybody's taking profit. And until you can bust above that, you're going to kind of be in the same situation. I mean, you look at this chart, it went on a little bit of a run up here to like 25 cents, and then it just kind of took another dump, right? And you know, well, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart on World Liberty right now, and just ever since its launch, it's just been stuck between 19 cents and 22 cents. You literally can trade this thing up and down, and I did for a long time between 19 cents and 22 cents. Like it's just not moving off of that mark. It did one time. It ran up 25 cents here, a couple of days ago, and then boom, it instantly went on a rock downwards. There's just too many angel investors that got in early. You know, you're talking millions and millions of dollars sitting up in here at below a penny. I think they got in at, and it's just there's just too many of them, and they're gonna keep the price where they're gonna keep the price where it is right now. You know, for a minute. You know what I mean? It's just and you could see it coming, right? You could see it coming with World Liberty Finance. Once they started to do, here's the problem with big pre-sales and big pre-sales and angel investors. When they're in a project like this, you got to remember they're gonna dump on you. You know, it is what it is. You know. Let's see what else. What else do we want? I want to look at the total too, right? Look at the total too. So here we have the total two market cap on a 4-hour, right? So people talk about bull or bear, right? Let's actually pull this back. Let's get out of the 4-hour, and let's pull this back by the week, right? I want to pull this back by the week because I think people need some perspective, right? People need some perspective, right? So you got total two sitting here, right? Right here, right around May of May, right around May. Let's go over here. Let's get this one. Right around, let's call it June, right? July, August, right? Is when we started to see this total two make a move to the upside, right? Of this year, right? Right here. So when we look at this thing and this total two, you tell me that we're in a bear market. Look at this total two. Look at the run that this total two's been on since the summer. We traded sideways here for that's about a 6-month break right there, right? And we traded sideways. Look at the movement to the upside on that thing. Look at that. That thing is nuts, right? And the only thing that we've done up to this point right here is we bought the rumor for the 25 basis point rate cut, and people are selling the news. That's it. That's all that's going on right now. It's common, right? It's common for these things to happen, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what happened with the 25 basis rate cut that we had. People bought the rumor, and now they're selling the news. People need to chill. People need to take a step back, relax for a minute, and just chill the hell out, man. It's not that serious right now. What's going on? It's really not. Now, if you bought the top, it's serious for you. So you just hold on. Just if you don't have any more money to DCA, just hold on. You know, that's it. Just chill out and hold on. You know, if you have money to DCA down in, or if you're trading this market, you're just fine. You know, you're gonna be all right. You got Sui sitting here, just trading sideways here over the last week. We're gonna look at the week charts. We're gonna pull them back for a week. We're gonna see, you know, what everybody's going crazy about here, right? You got XRP on the weekly chart here, not doing too bad. You know, just chopping, and it's just chopping sideways. It's still above all the moving averages, right? You look at the moving averages on a weekly level. XRP still sitting above all the moving averages on a weekly. You know, it's not terrible situation sitting here at 287. Is it good? No, it's not great. I'm not gonna sit here and blow smoke up you and tell you it's great, but no, it's not bad either. It's not a bear market. If we were in a bear market, we would be XRP would be sitting back down here at 50 cents. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's put this thing into perspective, right? You got Chainlink as well. Look at it on the weekly, right? It's in at 2177, right? Look at that on the weekly. I think we're okay. You know what I mean? We're still RSIs and indicators are still all pointing to the upside on the weekly. They're all pointing to the upside on the weekly, right? So no problem. No problems, guys. No, you know, we're fine. Let's take a look at Solana, because Solana really got beat up over the past couple of days. But when you pull it back on a weekly, here's the moving averages. It's way above the moving averages, way above the moving average, sitting at 212.17 right now. Definitely moving well, and doing pretty damn well right now on the weekly. Solana is just fine, just fine. Ethereum, same situation, way above the weeklies. You know, Solana's got to get to 8K. It's in at $4,180 right now. For us really to make a break in this altcoin season, Ethereum's got to get to 8K. You know, just it's got to make a run here that it's got to make a big run. We can't keep playing around at 4,500 and say that we're going to altcoin season. The more and more we play around up in there, the more and more we're just going to continue to chop sideways, right? And that's all we're going to do. Pepe, you guys know I'm huge on Pepe. Gave it zero back, sitting at 9.7, right? Sitting at 9.7. So here's the thing: you don't think that Pepe is going to get above 5 zeros again? If you do, it's a great buying opportunity. Sitting here 4 zeros, 970. Okay. It's going to retake the zero back. It's going to take that zero back, and you know everything's going to be fine once the market turns around. You know, it's going to be good. Yeah, I've seen Manu's partnership with Chainlink. That is super bullish for Manu. It's a good partnership. We all love Pepe. Yeah, I know, Ken. We do love Pepe, man. So right here is a great opportunity, right? So let's say you pull this. Let's take a look at this for a minute. Let's just see how this thing really looks, right? Let's go back to the 4 hour, right? Let's go back to the 4 hour here. You look at Pepe sitting, bouncing off this support line right here that we have drawn up, right? Just chopping sideways. It has been for a couple days now, chopping sideways off of this. sideways action, right? And let's say you were going to play this, you went over on Aster and you were going to play this for a long, right? You would set it right here. You would set a limit buy right here at 50995. Call it 95. Quit split hairs. Let's just call it 95, right? You'd set a buy order right there, right on that support line. You're buying support, right? And you put, between a 5 and 10x leverage on it, knowing that you're buying on support. And if it got up just to, you look at it taking it zero back, you're rolling pretty decent right here. You know what I mean? You're coming up to here to the next support line, which is 40110. You could literally take your profit right there, right? Or you could just let it run, right? Or you could just let it run. But that's what you would call a good trade. The RSI is down. The indicators are down. The RSI is down. It's way below a -5. It's been completely sold off. You're going to get a buy signal here pretty soon. It's been completely sold off on the 4-hour, and this is where you want to be buying. You want to be buying when things are down here completely. Whether you're buying to hold or buying to trade, it doesn't matter. You want to buy down here where this RSI is all the way below that -5 level. That means you're completely in an oversold territory. You don't want to be buying when this RSI is sitting all the way up here. All the way up here. This is not where you want to be buying. You're getting a sell signal here, not a buy signal, right? So, this is not where you want to be making an entry on any project. I don't give a damn what it is, right? And you don't buy Bitcoin when it's up, when the RSI is sitting that high, let alone anything else, right? So, pay attention to that. And Pepe's there. It's completely oversold. Aerodrome's there, completely oversold, starting to make the turn right here. See, you got your buy signal right here. And this little dotted line right here tells you where to put your stop loss, right? So you put your stop loss right there at 10. Let's see. Let me put the line on there. Right around 107.1, right? Right around 107.1, you'd put your stop loss right there, and you would make your entry, right? Completely there. Got a buy signal. You see it's all the way down here, completely oversold, right? So I'm going to stop sharing this for a minute, and I want to go and share Aster's page, right? Because let me find it here. I got so many tabs open. Hold on, let me. I have so many tabs open on this computer. I got to figure out which one. I'm going to cancel that. And let me close down some of these tabs real quick. And then I'll share it. Just to show you guys kind of what this platform looks like. This is it. All right. So here's the Astro tab, right? So when you log onto this website, either through your phone or through the internet, this is what you're going to get, right? What makes this platform a little bit unique here is that it's all through your wallet. It's Wallet Connect, right? So you connect in your wallet here, and you got to have BNB or Ethereum or whatever inside your wallet. You're going to deposit that onto the platform, right? I did see a thing on here the other day where you can connect via email as well. But you're going to make this deposit, right? As soon as you connect your wallet, it's going to tell you to make a deposit. So you take your BNB Ethereum, or whatever you're going to deposit, and you deposit it in here. And now you can make your trades. You can make your longs and shorts up in here, right? And it's all decentralized, right? So you'd come in here. Let's say you were going to do you're going to do Bitcoin. You would put a limit by, or just market if you want to get in right now. You would come up here. You would set your leverage level right here. Here's your leverage. Sit at 20%, 10%, 5%. You could either type it, or you could type it. You could use these to move your leverage up and down. There's your 8%. You hit. You would just hit right there. You would be good. It would tell you how much you have to use for your leverage trade. You'd type in here how much you want. You come down here. You'd hit your take profit stop loss amount right here, and this is where you would put your take profit stop loss. So it's set up just like you would do it on the exchange, right? But it's all done through your wallet, which keeps it decentralized, right? And if you're looking for whatever project you're looking for, you hit on the BT where it says BTC USDT. Come up in here, you can see all the pairs that you can take trades on. You can search them right here. You can search them. You can do that. You can scroll down through them. And one of the unique things here is they actually have stocks, which I like, right? So you can long and short Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, and they had the Qs on here. The QQs on here somewhere. The QQ, which is the S&P 500. So you can long and short these stocks on here as well, which a lot of other platforms don't have, right? So, I don't have my wallet connected, so I can't show you everything, but yeah, so if you wanted to long and short the QQ on the stock market over there, right, you would look at this and you could pull this back. You got your charts up here. You go 15 minutes, 4 hour, you go to 4 hour chart. That's kind of what it looks like there with the QQ. Kind of an ugly looking chart, but it is what it is. The QQ, it's definitely on a big run right here on this big green candle. So I don't know if you would buy in or long that big green candle right there, depending on how bold you were. But you could short it if you wanted to, say it was going to come down or whatever. But yeah, QQ is a good one to put a low leverage on and just ride the whole market out, right? But so you got your stock market, you got all of the, you got hydro liquid sitting over here on a 4 hour as well. You can put it on the hour, So you got these charts sitting over here. You can look at your charts, blah blah blah. So definitely is a great platform, especially if you're in a state kind of like mine where you don't have a lot of options, right? Your options are limited. Your options are limited to what you can do. But yeah, so definitely a good platform over there. So like what's going on. So but with that, guys, we're gonna get up out of here for today. Just get done being sick, and I had a good hour stream with y'all, and I appreciate you guys. But remember, guys, here's the thing: this bull market is still in full effect, man. It's still in full effect. We're still here. Had a little bit of a pullback, man, but nothing to really be alarmed about. To me, it was more of a buy the rumor, sell the news event on the on the actual interest rate cuts. Yesterday, we took a bigger step back because Powell came out and his speech wasn't 100% bullish on everything. So no problem. No problem, buddy. No, we've been on here for a while, man. But Ken, check out Aster, man. Check out Aster for trading. We're gonna put out a couple. I'm gonna put out a couple trading videos actually, just to kind of help people out a little bit. I think people get way too complicated when they get to trading, and I think it's much easier than what people make it. And I think you just using a platform like that. Yeah, Aster, it's decentralized, Ken. So you connect your wallet, you make the deposit, all that stuff. So it's not one of these cryptocurrency exchanges where you have to be in a certain location in order to use it and all this and that. We all run into problems with that. So, and it's ran on the BNB network. So it's a monster. It's really a monster right now. So I like it, but I'll put out I think eventually here, probably somewhere next week, I'll put out a couple trading videos and just kind of run people through some stuff. And because so I see people and they make it way too complicated, right? And it doesn't need to be that complicated. It only gets complicated when you start to use high leverage and you start to take huge chances and things like that. But for the average trader just coming in, it doesn't need to be that complicated. So with that, guys, we're out of here for today, and we'll be back at you guys on Friday, guys. And enjoyed being back to all my peoples, and just the market's okay. Just kick back, chill out. If you got dry powder on the side and your DC ain't in, good for you. That's the way that we run the market. If you don't worry. Just hold on. You'll be fine. Don't worry. The market's doing what it does. You'll be fine. Starting to rebound a little bit today. Don't go crazy. And don't listen to people who are telling you that the world's going to come to an end. It's not coming to an end. You're going to be all right. So just if you're 100% in the market and you don't have any more money left to put in, just kick back, chill out. Don't look at your wallet for a little while. Let the market come back to you. Go touch some grass. Go do some stuff with your family. Go do what you got to do. It'll come back around. You'll be good. All right, guys. We out of here. Friday. I'll see you guys on Friday. And peace. And have a good one. Bye.